What is good, everybody, man? Listen, these Texas Southern players are different, man. A lot of the other players are like, man, I'm cool with pre-recorded interviews. The Texas Southern guys are ready to get on a live stream and let y'all know what's coming over there in Houston, man. But I got my guy, defensive tackle from Texas Southern, Tyler Martinez. Listen, I promise you're gonna know this name by the end of the year. If you shouldn't already know it, my guy even got a fresh haircut for the show, everything like that, man. He's looking good, feeling good. But man, Tyler, let them know what's up, man, and let them know where they can find you and anything you want to say, man, before we get going. It's this time's yours.
So my Instagram is at 5AU5E60D. Yes, that spells Sauce God in a different way. I also rap, but we're here to talk about football. Thank you for complimenting my haircut. My barber is named Top Chops. His Instagram is at Top Chops. And that's what he does. He's really good with the designs. He'll give you a pretty good price.
Man, listen, I love that you're shouting everybody out, man, letting them know where to find you, man. Because I know, we've been going back and forth, and me and Cut Day have been talking, and he's been on you before just about anybody, man. And we were real shocked that that you're not, it's not a staple in the SWAC already, man. The stats are there, the production is there. And we're gonna get into all that, but first, man, let's talk about your high school recruiting process. We know you eventually committed to Texas Southern, and we'll get into that. But what was your recruiting process like out of high school?
So out of high school, I ended up senior year. I had offers from Henderson State, Texas College, basically a lot of D3s, a lot of D2s, even Texas A&M Commerce, and a few other schools. But I was actually thinking about going to Henderson State, and I was set on them. But the day before, the coaches from Texas Southern called me and they offered me. And well, I love Houston. I love everything about Houston. So I decided to come and play over here. And it was
Man,
pretty straightforward, regular process.
hey, I like it. I mean, Texas A&M Commerce, man, at the FCS now, they got the invite to the Southland this year, man. So, outside of just Houston itself, and you loving Houston, man, what was it about Texas Southern's program, campus, university that really drew you to eventually commit to Texas Southern?
Well, so my major is business, and I'm always hearing all kinds of things about their good business programs. I also hear things about when I first came, I wanted to be a biology major, and I hear excellent things about their biology programs all the time. So that kind of helped influence my decision. The people are good. It's a very balanced environment, and the campus, great. Not too big, not too small. You can get to where you need to get to without having a car on time, without having any issues. Just everything all around.
Man, it was a good choice, man. And you've been on campus for a while, and I know for the SWAC and the FCS, it was a brutal, fall 2020, spring 2021 season due to COVID. So for you, man, looking back, how did Texas Southern's program handle this? How did you stay ready, never knowing whether you were going to play a game, it get canceled, you guys couldn't practice. So for you, how tough was the COVID season on yourself in Texas Southern?
Well, if I'm being honest, so what the coaches did, they made it to where they gave us as much as they could, and they gave us as much as they could within the rule limits. Even, I mean, I'm talking virtual practices, just like regular practice schedule. Come in, we would come in, try to practice, come in, try to practice. In fact, the day that I figured out, well, the day that I was told that they canceled the season, I won't forget this. It was actually on my birthday. We were in the middle, well, we were about to start practice. Coach said everybody up, basically brought the bad news to us. But I do see this as kind of like a huge advantage because a lot of people are saying, oh, COVID delays it, COVID delays it. COVID gave us all an extra year of eligibility. In my mind, immediately I thought, okay, I have more time to work, more time to train, more time to get everything I need. This is a huge advantage. Really a blessing in a way, if you think about it.
Man,
Just for that aspect, bro. Just for that aspect.
yeah. Oh man, listen, I completely understand it. I like that you used it, like you said, to better yourself, better your game, get everything right going into this past season, and that's where I want to get, man. You've had some success, but this year was really your breakout season. Second on the team in tackles for a defensive tackle playing the nose and three technique, which is just insane to even say that. And then also tied with our guy Michael Badajo, 4 sacks this year, man. A dominant D line performance between you guys. But what were the keys to your breakout season this year?
Listening to my coach, reading my keys, and really just using all of my techniques. Well, using different techniques at the same time, using my strengths. Really, the knowledge that I gained though, that helped me a whole bunch. Versus freshman year, that knowledge and that strength. You put knowledge and strength and speed together, and you get a creature, something amazing.
And I gotta ask, man, because for me, when I was getting you on the show, I was doing some research, comparing some stats, and I was like, I've really felt like this year was better than some of the guys who made All American awards. Won't call anyone out by name, but for you, did you feel a little bit snubbed that you didn't get an All American, selection based on the season you had this year?
Well, if I'm being honest, I don't really look too much onto stuff like that because I know that at the end of the day, the goal is to either, well, backup plan, get a career, regular plan, go to the NFL. All the awards and stuff, they're great, but I've seen guys who had plenty of awards. There was a guy who came to our school from Last Chance. His name was DeAndre something.
Hmm.
See, we don't know his name now. He got a whole bunch of awards, didn't get drafted. So I feel like as long as I perform like I'm supposed to, and even better, then I'll still reach my end goal. Well, not the
Hey,
end
man.
goal, the next goal.
Hey, I like it, man. You said I'm just gonna stay focused on my craft, and the awards will come. I'm expecting to see your name on a preseason list somewhere. I'm just gonna put that out there, man. But
Me
for
too.
you, going into next season, I know you don't really look at the awards and things like that, but just let's look at what your everyone's got goals. I mean, there's somewhere written down, whether it's in your head, in your notes on your iPhone. What are your personal goals for next season?
So for next season, well, are you talking about building up to the season or specifically like during the season?
Oh, it can be both, man. You can give me leading up and during the season.
So a few goals that I have are going to be, well, one, my technique every year, I want to be twice as good as I was the year before. I want to get as good as I can possibly. So my goals are going to be knowing not just what my position does, but what the other position does, so I can understand more of not just what's going on for me, but why. I feel like that would be a huge advantage. Another goal, way stronger, way faster. Fun fact, I'm 300 pounds, but put me against a linebacker, they're not going to beat me by that much. Guaranteed. Um, just dropping the extra fat, gaining some more muscle. Stuff, basically the basic maintenance that most football players do for the next season. But during the season, I plan on having an even better season than this season. And hopefully I have more, not attention, but NFL attention. I want to know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and stuff like that.
Man,
Oh,
I could,
also, I do want to establish myself officially as the best defensive lineman in the SWAC. Officially, no debate. I have 3 years left of eligibility. I want to be the best for all 3 years.
man, I love the motivation. I love the confidence, man. I think there's certain positions you have to have that, and D line's one of those. I need that aggression. I need that just want to be the best, and I love it, man. But for you, man, looking at the schedule, I know the senior leader answer is the next game or the first game is the most important. But for you, looking at that schedule, what game are you most looking forward to just put on a show, and you're gonna have just a little extra motivation for that week?
Let me see. 1 second. Oh, hello. Okay, I thought you froze up for a minute. Let me see. while I'm doing this, what would be something that you would be looking for? What game are you looking forward to the most?
Mhm. For me, even though it's really not week one, I think that Alcorn game for you guys, man. I've never had someone turn a question back on me, but I would say off the top of my head, Alcorn, man, because I think that's a game that I think is going to really determine who's going to come out of that division, man. So if I had to pick a game for you guys, I'd say Alcorn. And also, we know what Fred McNair and that Alcorn team has accomplished over these past few seasons, outside of last season. So I think Alcorn, man, would be the game I would pick for you guys if I got to choose.
Okay. Well, I see that we play North Texas. Okay.
Hmm.
That looks like it'll be a pretty fun game. UTSA, that also looks like it'll be a pretty fun game. I like that we get to play schools in different I like that we get to play schools in different what are they called?
Like not conferences,
Yeah,
but like
different conferences.
divisions.
That's what I was looking
Yeah,
for. Different conferences. Because I feel like people don't give the SWAC, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the respect that it deserves. Like I don't see us in the media a lot. I don't see us getting in fact I haven't seen us in the media a lot since I don't know. I just started seeing us and it's only a little bit. So I'm hoping that these games can start giving us some more exposure and also showing them that we can compete with anybody they put in front of us.
yeah. And one of the
Oh,
big go ahead, man.
I'm sorry. Also, I'm looking forward to them because those two schools, I noticed, I don't know the exact numbers at the moment by heart, but I remember looking at their offensive linemen and they're a little bit bigger than what I see in the SWAC usually. And that's so exciting to me because I feel like my personality is like Goku. You ever seen Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
I want to fight whoever thinks they're strong just to get stronger, just to show that my training's working.
Man, I love it. And last year, man, a lot of people just looked at the defense last year and they're like, man, next year the key for Texas Southern is the defense to take that next step, along with Andrew Body on the offensive side. When you're looking at what the defense looks like next year, I know Michael Badajo is gone. You guys lost a few other pieces. So for you, what can we expect from the 2022 Texas Southern defense, man? So what are you guys bringing to the table, and what is it looking like right now as we're going through spring practices and everything?
So right now, spring practice, great. But what I'm gonna tell you, be expecting to see a few players. Not only me, but I'm noticing. I'm not even gonna say them by name yet, but I'm noticing a few players are like they're performing spectacularly. Like they've evolved since last year. I'm seeing more evolution. Like it's getting me excited. It's making me want to evolve again quickly. Like, but expect to see domination on the defensive side for sure, especially the defensive line side for sure.
Oh man, I'm
Domination.
excited,
That's the
man.
most.
I, I'm pumped for it. And one of the keys, of course, is head coach Clarence McKinney for you guys. So for you, what is he like behind the scenes? What's his relationship like with the players? And what makes him the right guy for Texas Southern?
Oh, Coach McKinney's perfect. So he has kind of like that, kind of like a good, what's the word? He's strict. You know not to play with him. You know to always give him the utmost respect. But at times he knows when to be, like he's not like strict to where, well, he's not like, what's the word? Stern. He's not too
Yeah.
stern to where you're like, oh no, I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to fist bump him. Oh shoot, he's looking over here. No, but he does know how to keep us under control, and that's the perfect balance you want. He's a very good coach.
And I think he's doing a great job there, man. I think last year, I think you saw Texas Southern probably take a huge step forward. I'm expecting, a big step this year, and a lot of people are picking you guys as sleepers. So I'm excited to see what you guys are bringing to the table. But I love asking players how their game evolves, man, because like you mentioned, every year you want to get twice, better, like two times as good. For you, how has your game evolved from freshman year to the guy I'm talking to now, about to be a leader of this Texas Southern defense?
So, oh, I am the leader, but when I came in, I didn't have a lot of I didn't have too much knowledge of the fundamentals of like different gaps, like A gap, B gap, stuff like that. I didn't know all of that. Field boundary. When I tell you that my coach, Coach Caesar, and the whole coaching staff really, they started like they built me up. I'm it's just incredible. I learned so much. And freshman year, I'll paint you a picture. Freshman year, I came in, I heard word that they might want to move me to receiver. I weighed just over 200 pounds. Um, I was just very athletic. Still in. Didn't really have a lot of weight on me. Didn't really have a lot of strength. I knew basic techniques, getting knocked around and um, stuff like that. But sophomore year, I noticed I got a little stronger. I could actually hold my own with his name is Nate Hines. He recently, yeah, I'm sure you already know him. But he was way bigger than me, way stronger than me. Another guy, Drake, he was way bigger than me, way stronger than me. I'll get double teams, but just me being put in that position at that low weight, it started building something inside of me. Like, am I really gonna get knocked around, or am I gonna start knocking them around? And every year I started noticing I got way stronger, way faster, and I had better technique, so I could do what I need to do. Um, right now I'm 300 pounds, 6'3", almost have abs. I don't know if I could show it on here, but I'm not even going to. But yeah.
Man, that's crazy that you went from almost a wide receiver to now being one of the best defensive tackles in the SWAC, man. You just said by the end of this year, there'll be no debate about that. But I got a question from the comments, man. I think it's a good one. What was your welcome to college football moment where you were just like, man, I got embarrassed and I got to get it together on that one?
Okay, so the only thing I could think of, because I was always more like I was always athletics was my advantage. My issue was my mind. So when I came in, I was trying to fight for a starting spot, but I just couldn't. When I first came in, I was also a biology major, so I was studying biology, and I had chemistry and pre-cal at the same time, like in that semester. So I was freaking out trying to study them, and also I played defensive tackle and defensive end. I still play both, but that was my first time doing that, like in college. So I had to study this. Oh, and the playbook was way bigger than at my high schools. So I'm just getting all of this thrown at me at the same time. And I started thinking, this is gonna take some effort. This is gonna take some extra time. I need to slow down and I need to build my mind. So that was my welcome to college moment. I would say the first week.
Man, I mean, I think we all had that one, but I mean, a lot of people want to know, man, how did you go from almost under 200 pounds to 300 pounds in just a few seasons?
A lot of weightlifting, a lot of consistency. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Consistency can take you a long way, very long way.
He said, "Y'all see it there, man," and I'm excited, but I want to see what your comparison is. Man, I love player comparisons. Looking at your game, which NFL player do you feel like you model your game after the most?
I'm not sure. Fun fact: remember when I said I don't have a lot of, well, I didn't have a lot of football background besides just
Hmm.
playing in high school, basic plays,
Yeah.
basic things. I didn't watch. I didn't grow up watching the NFL. I didn't grow up playing Madden and stuff. As soon as I discovered Madden last year, though, that's the game. But yeah, some players I used to study would be J.J. Watt. I'll look up his clips specifically. But after he got injured, I started looking more at Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is kind of like he's somebody that I kind of want to model myself after, and then eventually surpass because he's so quick. We're around the same height, and he's so strong, but he's not slow.
Right. I mean, and right now, man, I mean, I think it's really a debate. Like, I mean, he's in the GOAT conversation for defensive lineman. I mean, right now. So you got to do it, man. Shout out to Miss Angie, man. She said, "Hey, T, in here supporting, man." But looking, for me, man, I played O line, so I mean, I get how it is in the trenches a little bit, and I know O linemen aren't supposed to be superstitious. I had to have my pregame routine down to like the second for me to be on. So for you, man, what's your pregame routine? How do you get ready to go out there and perform on Saturdays?
Oh, so before the game, I drink a whole bunch of water and I do a lot of stretches.
Hey, that's simple enough, man. Hey, I like it.
Yep.
I mean,
Make sure I eat. I make sure I eat healthy foods. Make sure I keep my carbs up specifically for that day. Stuff like that. I don't want to give away all of the food secrets.
no, I listen. Keep that like success a little bit hidden, man. They don't all need to know, but man, I know it gets so heated, with the O line, D line. I mean, no matter what game, who it is, for you, how big of a trash talker are you during the game?
I love talking trash only when the offensive lineman wants to do something extra because I know I'm going to beat you the next play, but it just feels so much better me telling you I'm going to beat you in the next play and then doing it.
I Man, I like so I gotta ask. I asked Michael this. I want to see if we could compare answers here. Outside of you, who's the biggest trash talker on that defense?
I would say Ja'Cory Benjamin.
That's who he said too. He said he never stops.
Yeah, he's funny. Funny
Oh
guy.
man. But I know you're keeping your food secret, your food before the game, a little bit of a secret. But I need you to give me a little bit of info here, man. What's the number one mistake an offensive lineman can make against you?
The number one mistake?
Yes.
Okay, so don't look at me in my eyes because that would just set something off that you won't be able to control. Don't try it.
Ooh, man.
Also, know all of your techniques. Know all of your techniques when you step against me because my coach is very, very good.
Uh, Man, I love it. Listen, the Texas Southern defensive line last year must have been just a wreck to face. Because I mean, you said don't even look me in the eyes. Michael comes on here and says don't even step on the field. He said the number one mistake is just getting off the bus. So the Texas Southern, locker room has to just be a different place, man. But let's give a little bit of credit, man, just a little bit to the other side of the ball. Who were some of the best offensive players that you had to face where you were just like, I still might have, won those matchups, but they were just a handful to deal with all day.
So if I'm being honest, I would say maybe Southerns at the very beginning of the game. Yeah, they kind of caught me off guard at the very beginning. But like once I get in the zone, I'm in the zone. Everybody is, I'm sure.
Man, and they got really good O linemen as well, man. I mean, they had one guy that went to the Senior Bowl, I know, in Jatari, who's probably going to get drafted. So I'm not surprised there. But man, look, this question, I know you still got 3 years of eligibility left, and I can't wait to see you head that way. But right now, man, what would an NFL franchise get in Tyler Martinez when you take that step to the next level?
So they will get absolute discipline, absolute loyalty. They will get a good player that they can build. I'm very moldable. And I do believe in listening to people who like have more experience than me because I'm always trying to get better. So when they get me, they're going to be getting somebody that's going to constantly be evolving until he is the best. And even when he's the best, I'm still going to be evolving. Because the goal is the only way that somebody becomes better than me once I'm the best is when I retire.
Man, listen, I all
Also,
everything you're
I'm sorry. Also, I do rap and I'm very good at it. I'm not gonna say the names right now, but I have been around a few big names for rapping for that. It's just that one thing that I'm figuring out about rapping is it takes money. You go to the NFL, you have a lot of money for collabs.
Hey, that man, that's true. That's true. And then, final question here, man. Before we head out, man, I'll let you give your shout outs and everything. What is your message to everyone who is sleeping on Texas Southern? Because I mean, the narrative, man. They're going to talk about the Jackson States. They're going to talk about the Southerns, to Alcorns, to FAMU's. What is your message to everyone for this 2022 Texas Southern team on why they should not sleep on you guys?
So, my question is, if you sleep on, you'll probably hear about us. I mean, what happens if you sleep through a good movie?
You wish
Or
you were
not
tuned
even-
in,
what
man.
happens yeah, or what happens if you sleep through the carnival or something? I mean, you just miss it. But you will hear about it though. Oh, did you see that movie? Oh, did you see TSU? No. So y'all can't have a conversation about it.
Mm.
Or you gotta act like you know about it.
Hey man, I listen. I love the confidence. I love like your whole presentation, man, and I appreciate you hopping on the show, man. I know, listen, this isn't going to be your first. This isn't going to be your last show or anything like that, man. I'm expecting to see you all around the SWAC media, and especially come SWAC Media Day and things like that, man. So I'm excited, but man, this is your time to give shout outs, plug everything one last time, man. Let people know where to find you, and also, man, just say anything you want to the Texas Southern fans out there and everyone tuned in, man.
So, Texas Southern fans, I love y'all. Keep supporting. Our performance will be amazing. Also, I want to have this said on, will this be like something that can be accessed later? Or it
Yeah, for
disappears
sure.
afterwards?
No,
Perfect.
it'll be there.
Okay,
It'll be
so
there to the end of time, man.
perfect. So I want it to be known that if everything goes as planned, I will be the best defensive tackle in the whole SWAC.
Man,
Oh, and one more thing.
listen,
Shout out to God.
man, listen. That's the best. That is the best exit that I've ever. He said, just remember, it's me at number one. And no one else behind. So, last question. Someone just submitted this in the comments, and I think you already said it, but he said, "Who's he most excited to play next year?" He already said North Texas and UTSA. He said those FBS teams, Kedrick, are getting the smoke from Texas Southern, man. And hey, Miss Angie said, "Claim it. It is time." And all the Texas Southern fans in here, man, are proud and. Hey, they love you, man. They love you, man. So listen, I got to get you to make me a promise before we get off here, man. When you get that All-American award and you become the best defensive tackle on the SWAC, man, I need you to come back on and let the people know where they heard it first.
Sure.
But
I will.
man, but guys,
In
my
fact,
guy Tyler,
I will.
hey, I love it, man. Guys, the social media handle is right there under his name. It stands for the Sauce Guy. Listen, everything's gonna be linked on the thumbnail of the video. I'm gonna put it in the bio as well. So make sure to go follow my guy Tyler. He just made his Twitter, so I need y'all to get his Twitter follows up. And I need you to
Yes.
follow my guy on social media. But guys, for Tyler, myself, the Blue Bloods, Texas Southern, man, thank y'all for tuning in. And for right now, guys, the Blue Bloods are out.